Kule nyanga eyiphelile uNational Commissioner we-South African Police Service okuGeneral Fanny Masemula uye waboshwa i-IDEC for violating i-PFMA yokuyi-Public Funds Management Act mayelana nodaba lwethenda eyatholwa uKurt Matlala. Uboshwa yena accounting officer, even though bekade-delegate umsebenzi, even though kwakukhona i-Bid Adjudication Committee ne-Bid Evaluation Committee okuyibona abaqinisekisa ukuthi yonke into ihamba kahle. Kodwa-ke uchajiwe kuGeneral Masemula u-accused number 17 kule case enoKurt Matlala. Sizozwa khona ukuthi kwenzakalani. Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi mayehlangana nabezindaba bembuza ukuthi mayecabanga kukhona nabantu kwi-SAPS abafuna ukumbona ngaphandle kwasesiphoyiseni, hayi ngoba kune-case ngempela afuneka ikhulume, kodwa inhloso yabo kumbone ngaphandle, mhlampe ngenxa yomsebenzi abawenzayo. Wayesethi yena uyazi ukuthi akuyona i-SAPS kuphela, kodwa kunabantu abathize abalwa naye. Ngiyakhumbula futhi ukuthi uGeneral Mkhwanazi ngesikhathi kwakunalento ama-aerobics esiphoyiseni e-KZN, yambuza i-journalist eyayivela ku-Newsroom Africa ukuthi your boss uboshiwe uGeneral Masemula, so ubona kanjani? Wathi kuyo nomna nawe sisazophuza ikhofi sixoxe ngalento, kodwa izinto ziyenzeka, thula nje ubheke izinto ziyenzeka. Osukwini la izolo sithole indaba zokuthi u-Acting National Commissioner oku-Lieutenant General Puleng Dempane kungenzeka naye aboshwe kusuke enye organization yayommangalela kuma-Hawks. Nakhona udaba olufanayo for violating i-PFMA, okusho ukuthi uma kungenzeka achajwe, uma kungenzeka nje ama-Hawks ethi after investigating there's prima facie evidence, kungenzeka naye achajwe, okusho ukuthi upresident kuzofuna beka omunye acting national commissioner, ngoba phela uGeneral Masemula kufuneka idlule idaba lwecala lakhe. Uma sedlule idaba lwecala, uma limlahlile kuyobe sekubeka unational commissioner ke, kodwa uma eliwinile uyobuyela kwiposition yakhe. Sizobheka lolu daba lelo manje, kodwa ngaphambi kuba silalela isizathu salabantu asizukwafunda kamaphepha abawabhalile izolo, ngoba kunevideo abayenzile lapha bachaza khona ukuthi yini inhloso yabo. Singakangeni nje odabeni lwalabantu abamangalele uGeneral Dempane oku-Acting National Commissioner, kunevideo kaBaba uZolani Simayi engifisa siqale kuyo bese siya kulena kaGeneral Dempane.
Did you send any of the PKTT members to the Eastern Cape to surveillance the arresting officer's residence?
No, I've never done that.
Was there ever such an allegation brought to your attention that there is a PKTT member who's surveilling the house of the arresting officer?
No, I've never received such a complaint. I would have attended to it.
And you will agree that if such a thing happened, it will be somehow something that seeks to, in a way, intimidate the arresting officer or witness in your language?
Well, after watching Khan's or the evidence from Khan's phone, I'm not saying anything, right? But we listened to Chakalaka, Advocate Chakalaka, leading the evidence on Khan's phone. And we know who sent messages to who, or we know who sent questions to who. Now we can connect one and one and say, we at some point we got to learn the source of questions, where the questions come from, right? And I'm saying nothing. I wish you knew about this story. There's something about this story which is twisted. The way the question is asked, it tells of a story that's twisted. I'm tempted to say witness N is going to clarify this story. The way it's put now, it's put in a way to say, yeah, put him in a corner. But witness N, who is the PKTT member that is going to be testifying about the case of extortion against Sunil Pelachun. Extorting Pakistanis. So you see where this question comes from. The question is based on that story, but there's a little twist in it. It's twisted. But the issue, you are going to hear it from the horse's mouth, meaning witness N will testify about this story. Because he or she is the one who was there, not Khumalo. That's why Khumalo says he doesn't know. But witness N knows the details of the story, and he or she is going to explain what happened. And he or she is going to explain whether the way the question is asked, indeed, it's twisted. I want to believe that the source is the CIC. I want to forget the evidence by Chakalaka. I want to accept that the question came from the man himself, the CIC, right? But the exciting news is witness N is going to clarify things. And the other beautiful thing is that it's not ad hoc committee. Witness N is going to clarify things on Madlanga Commission. And the danger with the witness N, there could be hardcore evidence. And Madlanga Commission might have the bank statements. I'm saying might. I don't know. I don't know. They might. But all this is relating to the case that is being asked here. And the person, the investigator they are talking about, is Sunil Pelachun. Whether there was intelligence, surveillance of him, the investigator himself or herself from the PKTT will clarify things. And then we shall know who twisted the story. Hello! This is becoming lovely.
Angizukuphawula lutho ngalolu daba. Okuningi sokuzwa kwi-commission ngoba asinalwazi olungako. Kodwa this is very, very interesting.
Yeah, Tembisile, you know, what we are saying is that we are not alleging any guilt on Lieutenant General Dimpani's part, but what we are saying, she's got a lot to answer for. And just to be pointedly, I would refer you to the evidence she gave at the time when she was being questioned by Kusela Diko or Ms. Kusela Diko in Parliament from the ad hoc committee, in which it was pointedly asked of her why the payment for the 8 million payment was made to Medicare 24 in circumstances where she tried to obfuscate and blame her juniors insofar as they being the people who prepared the payment. And she failed because in that regard, that department's, the buck stops with her. She's an officer, an accounting officer, if I may use that word loosely, who had authorized the payment for which we now see National Commissioner Masemola being charged for. And yet, in circumstances, why wouldn't the CFO, as the person responsible for that function, the financial oversight and management within SARS, who has transgressed numerous sections of the PFMA, including 38, 44, 45, 80, and 86, in circumstances where most of them pertain precisely to her function, not even the accounting officer, which is General Masemola in this instance. And it is bizarre that she was never asked to come and account for that.
Uyena kubaba lo we-public interest okuyibona abavula icala against u-National Commissioner wamaphoyisa ku-General Dimpane. Kodwa uthi bonke lobufakazi busukela kwi-evidence yakhe ayethula ngesikhathi aye kwi-ad hoc committee lapha eGosi Mampuru ekhuluma nomama uKhusela Diko we-ANC. Ngizokucaphunela leyo video leyo uzwe ukuthi kwakuthiwa.
You approved, I'm assuming, because I can't find the documents, or maybe let me ask it like this. What is the delegation, what is the amount, the delegation that you have for approvals of payments? Who would have paid the money that was paid to Mr. Matlala's company? Who would have approved that?
As I indicated, we have a national policy that regulates the payment of suppliers in the
CFO.
department.
Were you the one who approved it?
No.
Who would have approved it?
The end user?
No, the payment. Angeti, the end user gives you the certificates and says this issue is ready.
As I indicated, the system and the policy indicates which process starts where. My office's process is the final leg where we release money into the bank account. There are officials that are delegated to do that. It is not done by the CFO, but it is officials within my office.
So who would have released this particular payment? I mean, I'm sure you would have found out by now.
The section that deals with everything medical is headed by a Major General and there's a Brigadier. The final payments are released by the Brigadier who is in that space that works in my office. Obviously, that function is in my office and the final payment is done in my office, but it's a Brigadier who is within my office that is delegated to do these payments.
Okay, and 50 million, you don't look at it. It's too small money for the CFO to look at?
It was 48. We stopped
48.
Other invoices.
Okay, 48 is below your delegations?
I do not do the actual payment.
Okay. Now, when this Brigadier and the General received this request for a payment of 48 million, outside of the fact that the end user would have certified that they've received the service, and I'm asking you this, CFO, please don't think we're here to get you. We're not trying to get anybody. We're trying to understand what are the systemic and perhaps governance failures that exist in the system, right? So when they get this certification from the user, are there any probity checks? Is there any due diligence that's done in your office now, or do they just press the button and the money goes? Are you our last line of defense or a post box?
There would be those that will verify, will then, the segregation of duties will capture and then finally approve in this particular regard. As I indicated, Chair, there are sufficient safeguards within the system, within the policy. You would understand that procurement takes place across the country. So there are sufficient safeguards. And when you look, there's paragraph on the determination test report, the investigator even went into that particular field and interviewed those brigadiers, and he came to a conclusion that in terms of the financial space, there are sufficient safeguards. This particular issue was an issue of an irregular contract that was issued in contravention with supply chain processes.
Asilinde sizwe ukuthi athina ama-Hawks. Kodwa ke mzwile nayo General Dempane. Ukuba kuyiposition ephezulu ube accounting officer kuhlupha la. Ngoba you have to account ekugcineni kosuku. But kunabantu obadelegateayo wena ukuthi benze imisebenzi ethize then bakuphi report. Sizozwa ke ukuthi udaba lwakhona liyapi. Sizozuma ukuthi udaba lwakhona luyapi. Sesake sakhuluma kakhulu ngalolu daba lale tender. Ukube nje lama committee amabili, bid evaluation committee ne bid adjudication committee enza umsebenzi wawo kahle, ngabe lenkinga yenzekanga. Na after uBelachun esemfonelele uGeneral Masemula wamtshela ukuthi kune company la okuthiwa iMedicare Tshwane 24 i-tax clearance yabo is fraudulent. uGeneral Masemula waba responsible wathatha ifoni wafonela uchairperson we-bid adjudication committee. Noma kunjalo uchairperson waqhubeka i-approve itender. Kodwa ekugcineni lo chairperson akaza charge. Nanso ke into efika ibebhlungu. Kuthi lo chairperson akaza charge. Instead kucharge uGeneral Masemula. Sizwileke kumadlanga commission ukuthi ama-tender adliwa kanjani. Cause uGeneral Fani lo yena chairperson kune-information ayikhiphela uGeneral Khan even before itender advertise. uGeneral Khan wayesenolwazi. Angisho lutho kodwa mina nawe sidibane kwivideo elandelayo.